back, guys. Welcome to HIIT Core Yoga. It's Wednesday night. Tonight we're going to do an ascending ladder. It's going to be core focus, so I'm calling it a core crusher. It's going to be pretty intense. The ladder numbers that we're working with are 30, 40, 50, and 60 seconds on, 10 seconds rest in between. So we're going to start with a core move, and then we're going to end in that core move. Same one, maybe a little bit different. I think it just depends on which group of exercises we're doing, but basically the same one that you start on that you're going to end on. So you're going to start with a 30-second, and then you're going to end on it for 60 seconds, and doing some cardio and strength in between. It's all body weight, so you don't need any equipment, just your mat and your water bottle and your sweat towel, whatever you want. And you can do this in bare feet as well. So let's get started with our warm-up. We'll start on in a seated position on your mat. So just come to cross-legged to start with. Bring your hands onto your knees and begin moving around in a circle motion. So you're going to inhale forward and you're going to exhale back. And switch the direction. Inhale forward, exhale back. You're just kind of getting those hips a little warmed up here. Okay, and then coming back to center, lift arms overhead, inhale, and then exhale, twist to the right side, left hand onto the right knee, look over the shoulder, and release, reach arms up, inhale, exhale, over to the other side. And then come back to center, reach up with both arms, inhale, and then exhale, reach forward, bow. Walk over to the right side, reaching at an angle, bowing the head towards the knee. Walk over to the left side, reaching at an angle, bowing towards the knee. And then come back to center and slide up, rise up. And then bring your feet onto the floor with your knees bent. Your hands can be kind of supporting you behind you. We're just doing these seated windshield wipers, so getting the hips a little more warm, back and forth. Get a little more mobility through the hips here. Okay, and then we're going to do a 90-90 position. So the right shin forward and the left knee bent back behind you. And then we're going to switch that direction. So you can use your hands by your side to do this. So it might take a while to just kind of get that feel of it, but once you get the feel of it in the rocking motion, then I want you to lean forward. So switch your direction and then lean forward. Spin, lean. Inhale, rocking back, and then exhale, forward. One more on each side. All right, and then come on to the back here, rolling like a ball first. Just rocking. Inhale back, exhale forward. And then come onto the back. And then bring the elbows down by your sides, triceps onto the floor, and lift up your hips. And do a bridge march. And just kind of try to really pull in the knees. Keep marching. Let's do one more on each side. All right, and then release down, release, or bring it back up again. Now we're going to bridge reach with the arms. So we're going to reach with the right arm over to the left corner of your mat, and then then come back down. Now I'm squeezing, so I'm really trying to press my hips up as I'm doing this. Roll over to the other side, reach, bring it down. Reach to the other side, bring it down. Try to keep the legs activated and the glutes activated here for this twist. One more on each side. All right, bring it back down and rock. So you can bring your hands behind your knees if you want to. Okay, and then rock up to seated with the knees bent. And then we're just going to reach the left arm back, right arm back, left arm back, and you can kind of hold on to the knees to support you. Kind of trying to lift up nice and straight. Just getting a rotation through the upper body. Okay, one more on each side. Open, open. Okay, cross the ankles, plant your hands in front of you, see if you can jump back into plank pose or step back into plank pose. From here, we're lowering through chaturanga, lifting into up dog or cobra, and then coming back into downward facing dog. So let's walk it out. Bending into the right knee, left knee here. Getting the calves and the legs, basically the legs just more awake. Hamstrings. Step your right foot forward into a lunge, just kind of on the outside. I'm just gonna face this way. On the outside of your hands, and then come back to down dog. And then switch that. So you wanna kind of drop the hips, spider lunges. Keep moving side to side. Keep alternating your steps. One more on each side. And then back to downward facing dog. Breathe it out. Look forward at the hand, step or hop up to them. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Hanging, maybe swaying, left, right. Deep breath into the back. Back to center, and then let's rise up all the way. It's coming up to standing, reaching up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, open up the arms wide and float forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down or head down, and then rise up all the way. Sweep up, exhale, sweep down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Bring the hands to your heart. Clasp your fingers there, press down. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands come back, clasp behind you, pull back, shoulders pull back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Arms reach up to the ceiling, and then exhale, clasp and press. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands come back behind you. Inhale, arms pull back. Exhale, bow forward, drop the head. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pull back, look up. Exhale, bow forward, hold that. Keep breathing. And then rising up all the way. Reaching up with the arms, and then exhale, arms down by the side. Begin twisting left and right. So separate your feet, hip distance apart, and I'm just kind of rocking, shifting the weight from right to left here. Loosening up your shoulders. Breathing. We get into our more of a dynamic warm up here, and then we will break into our ladder HIIT workout. Of course, ending in yoga and cool down at the end. Okay, so we're just going to do a knee up with a twist here for our first one. So just kind of elbows bent. Doesn't have to look perfect here if you can't. If you don't have lots of range of motion, that's not a problem. We're just going to get a little bit of a twist happening through your upper body, getting your lower abs kind of engaged as well. The shoulders waking up. Okay, and then going into the toe touch reach. So we're going to reach the arms up overhead and then down. Arms up overhead and then kick forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more on each side. All right, now we're going into leg swing. So with the right leg, we're going across the body. And you can just move your arms as you need to. If you need to, you can hold on to something, a wall or back of the chair. The right leg is sweeping over the left and then coming out to the right. Waking up those stabilizer muscles. You should feel that on the left leg there. All right, and then other side. So ground in with your right foot there and swing. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so we're just going to do kind of a knee up and a little knee up roundhouse deal. Okay, I'll just kind of get my hips open and then we will get into this workout. Okay, like I said before, we're going to start with our core move, 30 seconds. Then we're going to do a cardio strength move for the 30 or for the 40 and 50 second move rounds. And then for that 60 second at the end is back to the one that we started with. So you can keep moving, you can do your boxer shuffle or whatever you want to do, any kind of stretches you need to do to keep warming up here as I explain. So the first one is going to be a dolphin, kind of a dolphin pose with a little bit of hips here. So we're going to come down onto the forearms and you're in dolphin plank pose, and we're going to bring that left knee out to the left, tap it down, lift it up, and then come back to plank pose. Right knee comes up, so hovering above the floor, tap, lift. So you should feel this outer hip engage and also your core engage. So if that's too much to tap and lift while holding in the plank pose, you can bring your right knee to the floor and do that same thing as best as you can, and then come back, shift up to the plank pose, and then go to the other side, because you are basically balancing in a tripod as you're doing that one-legged plank pose. So that's our first one, alternating legs. Now for 40 seconds, we're going to walk down kind of burpee style, doing 4 mountain climbers. 4 mountain climbers to an elbow to opposite knee. So you're going to start at the back of the mat, walk down. You're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and then elbow to knee, just one or twice or once on each side, walking back to the back of the mat, and you can reach up or you can jump. Okay, if you want to get that cardio up there, go ahead and jump. For 50 seconds, we are doing jump squat, wide and narrow. So this should be nice and sweaty after this. So we're just doing feet together, and then you can jump up and then jump up. Or you can swing your arms back. So swing, wide, and then swing. So feet together, feet apart, you're just jumping the whole time. If you don't want to jump, you step your feet wide, and then you do a big squat or just nice low squat. Step your feet together, do a low squat. Wide, low squat, now, or you can do kind of the stepping out to the side, together, step out to that side, together. Okay, if you want to skip that jumping, but if you want the cardio, definitely do the jump. And then we're ending in that dolphin pose position with the knees kind of hovering, winging out to the side. So if you have issues with that too, you can just stay in dolphin pose, plank pose for the duration of the minute as well. So let's get into it. So starting with that dolphin plank pose for 30 seconds and go. So I'm bringing the knee out, tap it, lift it, bring it back. I'm gonna switch sides so you guys can see. Bring the knee out, lift it back. Knee, tap, lift, bring it back. It takes a little bit of coordination. All right, that was it. And so we're down to those walk down mountain climbers, elbow to knee. Next one's 40 seconds and go. So 4, 2, 4, 1 on each side, elbow to knee, walk back, jump up. You're trying to do as many reps as possible. 6 seconds. All right, that was it. Okay, going into our squats. Good luck. Okay, so feet separated and then together. So it depends on how you want to do your hands here. Again, you can do that reach up. Maybe just change it up. Hands to the heart the whole time. Concentrate though on really pulling the hips back. Absorbing the jump. Power through the feet. Whew. Getting real. 5 seconds. Okay, ending in your dolphin plank pose. And go. This is 1 minute, you guys. Hover that knee, tap it, lift it. Get your outer hips engaged. Okay, 20 seconds. Try to keep moving, keep with it or stay in the plank. Try paying attention to your form as best you can. Don't start lifting up your bum. All right, that's it. Okay. Yeah, so for those planks, yeah, just make sure that your form, you're trying to stay as flat as possible. I didn't have a mirror, so I couldn't check my form, but yeah, you're trying to keep as low to the ground as possible. Once you feel your hips rising more in the dolphin plank or the dolphin pose position, then your abdominals kind of turn off a little bit. So try to keep nice and low to make that effective. All right, so that was group 1. Now we're into a whole different group of exercises. same timing. Side plank toe touches. So we are just alternating sides. So you're gonna be in plank, you're gonna rock to one side, tap your toe. Other side, tap your toe. Okay, we're gonna start that for 30 seconds. If you want to, you can do the shin onto the floor, rock to the other side, shin to the floor. May not be as effective. So as best you can, you're doing your top leg, so you can use that shin to the floor, or you can maybe hold that one position, do it twice in a row if your shin is to the floor, and then go to the other side. Just because rocking from side to side, you might lose some of the integrity of the pose. So do what works best for you for that. So jumping jack lunges is right. So we are doing a lunge and just arms overhead. So up and down, jumping lunge. So you can do this. You can do the step back, arms overhead. As you lunge back, arms come down as you step forward. Now, the 50-second one is a squat again. So it's 1, 2, 3, heel click, no place like home kind of click. So wide squat, toes are out, and you're going 1, 2, 3, and try to click your heels together underneath you. If that's not possible, just do pulse, pulse, and then on your third jump. Or you can just do pulse, pulse, pulse without any jumping. Ending in the side planks for 1 minute. Okay, let's get started. Side planks, you guys, and toe touching. So go for it. Switching sides, alternating sides. You don't have to go fast, so try to do the hardest version you can, and just go nice and slow. Keep your core engaged. Just the act of trying to keep yourself in this plank pose is working your core. Okay, that was 30 seconds already. So we're going to the jump jack lunges next, or the step back lunges. And go. So just keep your lungs open, do the best you can. The leg burner, for sure, if you're doing the jumping like I am. That cardio up. Three, 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, no place like home. It's kind of the mantra of this, or 2020 anyways, last year. 2, 3, jump. Mind, this is for 50 seconds. Hoo la la. About 15 seconds to go. All right. Ending in those side planks. Whew. Thank goodness, legs are like jello. Go for it. Keep the core engaged. Try to stay in that plank. And keep your core engaged the entire time. Okay, we're just about halfway there. That was a lot of balancing. That's why I'm saying go slow. If you're not used to it, just take your time. All right, 2, 1, that's it. Good job. That's our second round of exercises done. All right, drink some water, not too much. Okay, our next one is going to be kind of a classic, well, I'll explain the core one first. Here, toe touch reaches and Navasana, kind of a sitting bicycle, but you kind of come up to Navasana. So we're doing, the toe touch reaches are going to be your shoulders off the floor, your legs are straight up in the air, touching opposite hand to opposite foot. 4 times, so 2 on each side. Okay, fluttering the legs, fluttering the arms. Okay, and then you're gonna rock up to your seat like Navasana, and you're doing a bicycle 4 times. 2, 3, 4. Come back down. So basically you're trying to keep your head up off the ground, your upper abs engaged the entire time. If you need that neck break or head break, then when you're back and touching your hands to your feet, then you can drop your head down to the floor. But again, just do the hardest version you can. Then we're doing a classic burpee with the push-up. So at the top of your mat, jump back. You're coming down to your belly, and then you're gonna push up and bring your legs in at the same time. And then you're gonna jump up. Okay, you can do the walking style if you want. So you come back, lay on the ground, and then you step your feet in, and then you reach up instead of jump up. For 50 seconds, we're doing half jacks. So hands down, feet wide, knees wide, and then coming together, arms above your head, just like Utkatasana, chair pose, and then coming down. So jump jack style, staying in the squat the whole time, so you're not straightening your legs. Okay, let's get to it with the toe touch reaches, 4 and 4. 4 toe touches, 4 elbows to knees when you rock up. 30 seconds, go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Rock up, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, okay, going to the burpee, classic burpee for 40 seconds, and 2, 1, go. One of the best ways to get your cardio up there fast. Seconds. All right. Ooh, and then more cardio. Those squat jacks. Okay, go for it. So 50 seconds. Touching the floor, and then arms can clap overhead or just reach up. 14 seconds left. Whew. All right, that's it. All right, ending in those toe touch reaches. For a minute, you guys. 2, 3, 4. Rock up, knee, 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 knee. It's okay to have your feet on the floor when you rock up. So if you come here and then you do these knee-ins with your heel to the floor, that's fine. Especially as those hip flexors start getting a little more fatigued. Oh. 10 seconds. All right. That was pretty good. Hope you're feeling some heat after that. Next group of exercise. Coming right up. All right, so our sit-throughs, one of my favorite poses. Just to kind of get everything moving. Oh, sorry. Starting with our core move, sorry. Our core move is plank knee circles. So kind of on the theme that we did at the beginning, where we're going to do straight arm plank. So on your hands, and we're doing a circle. So kind of a sweeping circle, right knee to left elbow, and then to the right, and then back. And then left knee sweeps, right knee sweeps. Okay? And you're just trying to, when you pull up and do that sweep, you're trying to pull everything in, rib cage in as best as you can, and you're, of course, trying to keep that plank form. So that straight body line. Try not to lift your bum up. I know it's going to be very tempting as your shoulders get fatigued, but try to stick with it for it. So that's our core move. We're going to start with that, and then we are going to do our sit-throughs. So just, you're in the tabletop position, your knees are hovering, and then you're gonna kick your right leg under your left, and your left arm is gonna retract back. So that's the one position, and then the other. And then you're just swiveling side to side, kicking out, make some sound effects, side to side. That's a fun one. Then we're doing burpee 180 jumps. So basically you're doing kind of a half burpee, so no push up. You gotta jump back, jump forward, and jump around. Do it again. Jump around, do it again. Okay, just these half burpees, facing the front, facing the back of your mat. Ending in the plank knee circles. Okay, so let's start with our plank knee circles. 30 seconds, get a taste of it, and go. So sweeping the knee, sweeping, maybe from the side, a little bit better, sweeping the knee. Angle, so left knee goes to the right, and then to the left. Two, one. All right. So now we're on to the sit-throughs. So starting in that tabletop position, make sure your knees are hovering in the tabletop. They're not touching the floor. That's what makes this so intense, because it's really body weight driven. All the power is coming from your core. A lot of it is. Exhale. Twist through your body, exhale it up. your legs, kick it out. That's it. Okay, the burpee 180 jumps. So again, those just half burpees, and go. Round. This is 50 seconds. Ooh. 20. Oh my goodness. Almost there, you guys. Okay, that was it for that one. Ending in the plank knee circles. In 3, 2, 1. So focus on bringing the heart rate down. Breathe out through your mouth. Still try to keep that core engaged. This is where the sweating might just become a deluge. Doing an isometric hold, a little bit of cardio at the same time. So your shoulders are working, your core is working, your legs are working, and your heart rate is already up. So it's a really cool move. Almost there. 3, 2, that's it. Good job, you guys. A minute is long to hold that and to keep moving. We still have more to do. So again, drink water if you need it. Not too much. All right. Next, moving into some rolling side crunches. So we're getting into some obliques. This is where you'll feel if you ate too much or drank too much water. You'll feel that in this move. Okay, and doing this over to the other side. Rocking over, and you're up, popping up right onto the hip side of the hip there. You're pulling the knees into the elbow and the elbow into the knees, trying to squeeze your obliques. Okay, and then rocking over to the other side. Okay, alternating side. Then we're doing dancing crab. So we are staying upright in that reverse tabletop position and touching opposite hand to opposite knee as best you can. Keep the hips lifted. Okay, so if you're here doing kind of this move, that's fine. If you want a little more oomph, keep it up. So really paying attention to that extension of the hips and the glutes working underneath to squeeze and lift everything up, because that's going to make it a little more interesting if you keep it up there a little less lazy. But just start from where you're at. If you've never done that pose before, it's going to be a lot of trying to figure out the balance part of it. But once you got that dialed, then start to find where your energy is coming from and really capitalize on that. Now we are doing, after that, jumping lunges. Again, some just straight up awesome cardio jumping lunges. I keep my hands at my chest, on my heart. I just kind of cover my fists and grind it out. So jumping back and forth. Okay, you can do the walking version and just go really fast. And this could be your start position, so you don't ever move into an extension with the legs. If you're here and then go to here, so you come into that corner squat, then that could be just as effective because you're really going to work the legs that way, and you don't have to jump at all if jumping is not your thing. Okay, and then ending in the rolling side crunches for a full minute. All right, starting with the side crunches for 30 seconds, you guys, and go. Exhale as you are crunching and squeezing. Try to keep your legs squeezing together at the same time. That'll give you more control when you roll. Squeeze those legs. All right. Okay, dancing crab. 5, 4, 3, 2. Remember, you're in that tabletop, and go. It helps to look up. Look up at the ceiling and just try to keep driving the hips up. Like all our twists, when you're in that active twist, you're trying to exhale out. And that just gives you a little bit of a deeper twist, gives you a little more power. Shoulders pulling back. Keep focusing on lifting up. You don't have to go fast. Okay, that's it already. So going into the jumping lunges for the ground. 50 seconds. Go for it. Jumping lunges or walk back lunges. Definitely feeling this, you guys. If you're with me doing the jumping, that's awesome. All right, on the floor, rolling side crunches for a minute. 2, 1. Inhale, roll over. Exhale, crunch. You're not heart rate down. Halfway. 30 seconds left. Keep your legs squeezing for that control when you roll. Almost there. 3. Okay, good job, good job. That group of exercise is done. And we're going to keep on keeping. Okay, so our core move is 4 flutters, leg flutters, and a tuck in. So leg flutters are fluttering the legs just like this. So they can, the higher they're up to their to the ceiling, the easier. The lower, if they're right here doing flutters down here, that's going to be harder. And you can have your knees a little bit bent, but I'd rather you either just try to keep your legs straight and lift them up high, as opposed to kind of doing a bicycle motion. Okay, so just as best you can, keep them somewhere between here and down here. So flutter, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pull everything in. So sweep your arms overhead, pull, and then flutter, flutter, flutter. So you can have your arms cactusing alongside your ears, like here, and then you're ready to pull everything in for that one tuck in, and then you're back to fluttering. So that's what we're starting with and ending with. Then we are going to do burpee jacks. So we're going to jump back into plank jack. So kind of a jump jack, legs feet wide, feet together, jump in, and then do one jump jack at the top. If you want to do the non-jumping, just step to one side and step to the other side. So it's going to be a little bit slower for you. Step to one side, step to the other side. That's what you do at the top. And then when you're in the plank jack, then you are just kind of stepping, doing that instead of doing that. So doing that hop. Okay, so just do the step. Now, that's 40 seconds. And then 50 seconds, skater touchdowns, a nice cruisy cardio. So one leg's extended, one leg is straight, one knee is bent, and then touching opposite hand down to the opposite foot or close near, maybe the middle, and then switching. So you just kind of switch whatever foot is in the middle, and you're doing these side lunges. Okay, skater touchdowns. Should be a good stretch as well as cardio. Keep the chest up. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Let's do some fluttering and tucking. 30 seconds, go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, pull. If you want to make this harder, you can kind of keep your shoulders and head off the floor the entire time. Okay, that's it. Burpee jacks are next. 40 seconds is our time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just trying to do as many as you can. Seconds. All right, and then doing our skater touchdown. That's right. Go for it. Exhaling as you're coming down into that squat. Inhaling as you hop up, switch. Helps to just look ahead so that you're not rounding the upper spine, keeping your low back, or keeping your core engaged so that you're not getting that in your low back. All right, ending in the flutter and tuck. And go. So this is 1 minute. I'm just going to be quiet so I can focus on the move, but again, just try to keep everything really in control. Make sure that your low back is not pulling up off the floor. And if it is, then you need to raise your legs. And that just may happen because your hip flexors are really fatigued, and that does happen if you're doing a lot of core moves, a lot of abs. All right, give yourself a tuck in. All right, so we're going to do one more, and then we'll get into cool down. So we'll get right into that. So first, so our core move is just going to be straight up bicycle. So after all of that, this should be nice and intense. So bicycle, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Okay, if you are really fatigued, then just do your leg bicycle and just focus on, again, really engaging the core, pull the rib cage down, try to keep engaged and do what you can just to get through it. So we're doing that for 30 seconds, and then we are doing a triple time jump, lunge jump switch. So you're doing 1, 2, 3, switch, 1, 2, 3, switch, or 1, 2, 3, and then you do the step. Then we're doing push-ups and tricep push-ups. Just need to get some arms in there. That is for 50 seconds. So you do your regular push-up from your toes if you want to, and then you bring it in so your elbows are nice and close, and you do more of a chaturanga push-up. And then you keep switching, and you can do that from the knees. Okay, let's just get right to it. Doing bicycle. Last one of this last group of exercises for this HIIT workout. Let's go, go. So bicycle, bicycle. Breathing as you're twisting, you're trying to exhale. Maybe it's not exactly coordinating with your exhales with the twist, but try to keep that consistent breath pattern anyways, without holding your breath. Okay, that was it, and then we're doing the triple time jump switch. So lunge switch. So knee over your ankle, just right on top of your ankle, 1, 2, 3, and then switch. So think of this back knee driving down, 1, 2, 3, and then pop up. Okay, we've got 9, almost there. 2, 1. All right. Okay, so with the push-ups, let's get it over 50 seconds. Tricep push-ups and wide arm push-ups. Go. Just press out as many as you can. Seconds. 20 seconds. 10, you guys. Keep doing it. Even if you have to go down to the knees, that's it. Okay, so we got 1 minute left for the HIIT, and we're done. So a minute of biking, and then we can get to some cool down. Start it up. Okay, we're just about halfway. It's okay. We can do uphill. It's only a couple seconds. And that's it. Good job, everyone. Hope you crushed your core for that one. In a good way. We're reaching up and just stretching it all out. So inhale, and then you're going to exhale, forward fold. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Join me whenever you're ready. Here, if you're still trying to drink water, gather yourself together. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. So just really think about expansion. Just slowly bring that heart rate down. Maybe think about a little bit of extension. We'll stay up in that extension, that upward salute, and just reaching up. Breathe. Go a little bit over to the right side. Oh, go over to the left side. Go back to the center and then open and fold. Okay, so stay in that forward fold and rock side to side. Okay, at the top of your mat here, we're going to halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, step your right foot back, drop your right knee down and reach up. Drop your left arm down to your left side. Okay, just breathe. You drop your head as well. So drop your left ear down to your left shoulder. Think about sinking through the hips. All right, so we're gonna lift up and then we're gonna open to the right side. And then right away we're gonna tip back. Bring the hand on the back of the right leg and then look over your left shoulder and just breathing. Now really try to take that left arm back. You can go a little bit further by, if you can reach your ankle with your right hand, then you're tipping back. So we want to just get into a little bit of an extension here. Really stretch out those hard work ab muscles, upper, lower, obliques, everything. Okay, we're going to release. We're doing a little windmill here, and then we're going to a twist. So plant your right hand down to the floor, lift your right knee up, and lift your left arm up as well, and twist. Now try to push through the heel on that right heel. Think about the back of the knee lifting up. So try to squeeze it straight as best you can. Okay, and then bring it down. Bring the hand down to the floor. Let's step back in the plank. Lower through chaturanga. Bring it to up dog. That should feel good. Looking over the right shoulder. Looking over the left shoulder. And then come back to center and then downward facing dog and pedal that out. Stretch your right leg up into the air. Bring it down. Stretch your left leg up into the air. Push through the heel. So you can straighten everything out. And then bring it down. Right leg again. And then bring it down. And the left leg again. And then bring it down. Step your right foot forward. Bring your left knee down to the floor. Reach up with both arms. Drop your right arm down to your right side. And drop your right ear down to your right shoulder. Really try to breathe into that. So you should feel that a whole side of that left hip there, especially that the rib cage, armpit to hand pretty much. And then reaching up with both arms, open to the left, and then take it back. So left hand to the back of the leg, and just stay looking over the shoulder for this one. So we're trying to get this right side body here, and like I did on the other side, you can kind of reach back a little bit and just paying attention to that front knee as well. Make sure everything's stable here. And tipping back, looking over the shoulder. That top arm just kind of reaching, maybe circle it around if it feels good. All right, so engage your core to come out, and then we're going to do a windmill to twist. Bring that left hand to the floor, bring the left knee up, and reach up for your right arm. Think about pulling your right hip back as you're doing this, or think about squeezing your inner thighs together as you're twisting in this pose. Push back through your left heel, squeezing the leg straight. All right, releasing down and stepping back. Find plank pose, lower through chaturanga. So bring it into up dog again, looking over left shoulder. Breathing, shoulders pull down and back. And look over your right shoulder. And then coming back to center, and then lifting up and back into child's resting pose. Sinking back, stretching at the back. Okay, now bringing the knees even wider than before, and you can also separate the feet so that the toes are not touching. And then we're just going to go a little bit deeper. Place your hands, palms, fingers pointing down on your low back. So palms onto your low back, and then back forward, forehead to the floor. And just with your own energy and your own pressure, push down into your hands. So you're just pushing some weight into your low back there. Push back to the back of the mat and down. At the same time, you're trying to breathe where your palms are. Think about your palms expanding underneath you with your inhale. So really try to physically feel your breath. All right, so releasing hand by hand, prop up, pop up, and then spin around, and then we'll get down onto the back from here. Rolling like a ball again, or you can come right to happy baby pose if you want to skip this position. Hands underneath the knees, chin tuck, inhale back, exhale forward. Sliding the spine out. Happy baby pose is next. Grabbing onto your shins, your feet, your knees if you want to, and opening the knees wide and just doing a rocking motion. Go a little bit wider in your rocking motion. So rock right over to your right hip and then right over to your left hip. So doesn't matter where you're holding, just try and do that a little bit more exaggerated. So just covering more of the spine, the broadness of the low back. You kind of need to kind of kick yourself over to the other side, that's fine. A little more active. Okay, and then back to center. Wherever you're holding onto feet, it could be shins or holding onto the knees, we're walking the legs out. So walking on the ceiling. So you can do this by holding onto your knees. I'm holding onto my knees right now. You can do this by holding onto your feet, getting a little bit more stretching your hamstrings as you're doing a pull, and the knees are also kind of moving out to the sides as well. So you're kind of doing a half V on one side, half V on the other side, trying to get the inner lens of the legs stretched out as well. Of course, breathing, long exhales in and out, and then releasing there. So holding on, crossing your right knee over your left knee, and then holding on to the outer knees. So give yourself a hug. So just pulling those knees in towards yourself. So you should feel this in that glute muscle on the right side, hip flexor. If you don't feel that at all, then reach down deeper, grab onto your outer shins, or grab onto your ankles and pull down. So you're just kind of applying a little bit more pressure and pull into this position. Basically try and get your knees as close as you can to your chest to intensify the stretch. Just another deep breath in and out. And then you let go of that grip, and then let the legs go over to the left side in that same twisting position, unless the twisting position just feels way too much twist for you. Then you are unwinding, feet or knees together, and knees about hip out from your hips or down from your hips for even less twisting action. So there you have it, just different modifications for the different amount of twisting you want. You can choose your own adventure here, and then play around with your right arm and how your right arm and shoulder are feeling as usual here. So doing sweeping motion, opening our palm facing down to the floor, rotating the hands so the palm faces up to the ceiling, playing around with the hand wrist rotation, as well as where the arm is angled from your shoulder. Explore away and breathe away here as well. So you want it to be an exploratory process, but you also don't want it to be super uncomfortable that you're having to focus on your breath, or your heart rate rises up so much that you're not enjoying anything anymore. So finding that balance between softening and activating that's what yoga is mostly all about. Finding your breath to glue it all together. Okay, we're going to release out of that side. So just come out of that twist. Give yourself a hug with the knees, the separated knees together, and squeeze in. Let that go and switch sides so that the left knee is over your right knee. So pretty much just like eagle position. And then you're holding onto the knees, just seeing how that feels in your body, and progressing if you can't quite feel it, or you just want a little more intensity in your stretch. Pulling the legs a little bit closer to your chest. Make sure the head is on the floor, so you're not trying to do this or anything. You're just trying to be more passive, using your arm strength, your grip strength to draw the legs in. Alright, so releasing your grip. Take the legs over to the right side, and again, choose your own adventure and your own modification from here, playing around with that left arm, hand rotating, lifting, or dropping the shoulder. breaths on this side. Alright, so slowly releasing, you're coming back to center. Unwind the legs, give yourself a hug, give yourself lots of love and gratitude. Alright, so releasing, let's go to windshield wipers here before we go right into Shavasana. Let the knees drop left and right, arms are out to a T position. So you're just kind of lazily rocking those hips and the knees so that they can loosen up just before we lay down flat. Or this is also good just before you are, if you're going into a seated position as well. Just giving those hips a little more loose. Breathing into that, so I'm just noticing that twist across your body when the knees land over to the right and to the left. And then you can slow it all the way down at your own time and then move into Shavasana. Straighten the legs and bring the arms alongside your body, palms turned open to the ceiling. So any other position is completely fine. Just make sure you're just picking a position that's going to feel good and it's going to be as less distracting as possible. So if you feel like you're in a seated position but you're thinking about your hips or your posture the whole time, then maybe seated is not the best for right now. It's something to work on for sure, but for this short amount of time, just finding the most comfortable position to be in is the best. Letting your eyes close, take a deep breath in, fill the lungs, fill the belly, and take a long deep breath out through the mouth. Some sound into that exhale, a sigh out, and then again, you are taking a long inhale in through the nose and a deep breath out through the mouth. And then you're just keeping on breathing there. So as you are getting more relaxed here through the body's just becoming a little more receptive to the ground, then you're thinking more about stillness through the body. That is the goal. Just letting the body fully restore, and just so you don't have to think about it for a moment. Maybe even just notice if this is the first time you've actually been still, completely still, all day. So feel your heels dig into the floor. Notice your calf muscles relax even more. Notice the backs of your knees to the backs of your legs, glute muscles, any releasing any tucking of the tailbone or any gripping of the tailbone and glute muscles to relax, and just paying attention to letting it go. So fronts of thighs to knees to shins, and then back to the feet. Breathing in, and breathing right to the legs. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Coming up to the sides of the hips, to the low back. Feel your mid-back sink deeper into the mat or into the floor. Feel your upper back and your shoulder blades spread out even more on the mat or floor and take up even more space. Feel your shoulders settle down along with the arm bones and along with the backs of the hands, completely relaxed. Softening through the sides of the neck to the back of the neck to fully let the head rest on the floor, on the earth. heavy. The muscles around the eyes all relaxed. Temples, cheeks, mouth, and jaw. Letting the tongue and the mouth completely be still. Notice your breath again. Soften the throat, collarbones, chest, and abdomen. Feel your whole body relaxing, your whole body breathing together. Taking your time here, slowly bringing yourself back into the awareness of the room, the awareness of your body, and the awareness of your breath. Without rushing, just bringing a little bit of movement to the fingers and toes. Bit by bit, just like you're breathing life back into your body. Slowly stirring around in those fingers, toes, then into the wrists, and then into the ankles. Gradually adding on morning stretch, or rocking the head from side to side, or yawning. Once again, breathing a deep sense of gratitude towards your body and its abilities. All right, and rolling or rocking over to the right side. And making your way up to seated when you're ready from there. Namaste, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoyed the core crusher. Yeah, leave a comment below if you like class or if you'd like to see something in a class. I'd like to hear comments and stuff. Yeah, check me out next week for Vinyasa Flow Yoga on Monday. And again on Wednesday at 7 for another HIIT class. Check it out Facebook, Melissa Shippey YouTube channel, and also archived videos on this Facebook page. So there's lots to choose from. You could work out, you can do a HIIT class every day if you wanted to, and just get in the best shape of your life. Awesome. Yeah, so have a good night, everyone, and yeah, share this video if you like it as well. Feel free. Have a good night. Bye.